Okay, so cool. Season 1, episode 3, Judging Life. Welcome.
Yep.
Welcome, Rhys.
Yep. Here as always, mate. Here as always.
Been telling Rhys off for his swearing. Swears too much. And
Yeah.
today, to be fair, because people perceive swearing as negative, we want to talk about positivity and how, I don't know what it seems like to you, but it seems to me how our generation are trying to make a change, trying to spread positive messages and sort of turn Telford into a positive feeling town. My Instagram, as I was saying to you just before we started recording, my Instagram, Snapchat, all them, my feeds, Facebook, full of positive people
Yeah.
spreading. Makes me want to do it. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
It's
good,
good,
man.
like, and I think if
It's
everyone
good.
does this, it's a hard time. Like there's been a global pandemic. There's probably going to be a recession. There's a lot. It's easy to dwell on the negatives right now with what's going on. And I think if people try and look at the positives, they feel a lot better mentally. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, because, like, I've been feeling negative recently. So,
Why?
yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at stuff negatively. Yeah, yeah. Try not to swear. So
The odd
yeah,
slip, the odd slip's obviously not
yeah,
the
yeah,
end of the
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. I've just been looking at stuff negatively, but like it goes. I just been looking deep into like everything, just everything, like the way we live as human beings, and like I don't know what goes on behind closed doors and whatnot. Like it's just all a bit mad.
What do you think makes you focus on the negatives though, and not think of the positive things that are going on in your life right now? Like the fact that, you know, one, you've got life, of course, it's a great
Yeah,
start. Two, you got a lovely house, lovely family around you. You've got a good job. You're smart. You tell yourself these things when you're feeling down.
yeah. Like there is that, but I think it's more for just like I don't know. I'm getting a bit. I don't want to get too deep, but basically, it's just about the human race in general.
Yeah,
Just like what the fuck are we doing? To be honest, I don't want to get into it too much, but it's just the system and like everything really, just everything.
yeah, that's fair.
Like
That's fair.
it's just
That's
fucking
deep.
gets
And
it
if
just
you let
gets
if
me
you let that
down.
control, go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. No, it just gets me down because just looking at it from an outside point of view. Like I just try and look at it from an outside point of view, and it's just like it's just depressing, man. To be honest,
Mm.
I don't want to particularly explain myself on this podcast. I might on another, but I don't feel ready to. Do you know what I mean? But like, yeah, just I don't know, just fucking
You can't let the system drag you down because maybe the system's designed to make people feel like this and get stuck. So,
Y-
mate, and then it's if you look at things positively and actually think, you know what, I'm not going to let it get the better of me. I'm going to look at the positives in life. What
mm,
makes you better and make a change, gradual change. But the system's a deep one, like you say. It is a deep one.
yeah. Like I feel like I go through ups and downs in it. So like, obviously, right now or like the past few weeks, whatever, I've been feeling down about the whole shit. Sorry,
Mm.
I'm swearing again, but yeah, feel down about it. But like, I do have periods in my life where I just want to go and get it. You know what I mean? I can feel motivated for a bit, and I feel okay
Someone
with
said to
it for
me
a bit. You know
yesterday.
what I mean?
Someone said to me yesterday, my good friend. He said that you feel you're most motivated when you're at rock bottom, essentially, because you get that attitude of, I'm gonna have to swear now, but you essentially get that fuck it attitude. You think, yeah, fuck it. So you push harder. You're more motivated to just go for things that normally you wouldn't go for.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Maybe essentially, in an essence, that's why we've decided to start the podcast now because the world's going to shit. Before we may as well try it before it ends. Basically,
I think we're just gonna sack off. We have to sack off this swearing rule anyway, man. Because like
yeah.
this is.
You know what I mean? Like, It's not that our lives are at rock bottom, but it's sort of like humanity's at rock bottom. So we've been pushed to start the podcast and think, yeah, we may as well do it now because we might not get another chance if
Well, the thing is,
the world ends.
I don't think we're at rock bottom because I seen a video the other day on like the worst year in history. I can't remember what year it was. It was like something like 15 something. I can't remember. But yeah, there was like all kinds of stuff going on back then. They had like a
I mean,
plague that was killing everybody, literally everyone, and then some other climate change stuff. Oh yes, a volcano erupted or something. There was some climate change going on where there was the whole year was completely dark.
look it up. See if not. If just look up a
Wait,
list.
wait,
What
wait, wait.
happened bad in 1915? See if it's
Hold
worse
on,
than this year. Might
hold on,
make us
hold on.
feel a bit better. But I mean, me personally, I don't know. A lot of people listening probably won't agree. My year's suddenly become one of the best years of my life. Liverpool from the Premier League. So coronavirus is bad. And talking about coronavirus, actually, I've seen today a lot of places in England are going to have the second out, going to go in lockdown because it's a second outbreak. A lot of infection, a lot of cases suddenly, and
What the you?
we obviously spoke about this. Said it's probably coming, and I think
Yeah.
it's more in
What?
motion.
So
Yeah,
so it's getting more official now.
yeah. So I
See, I'm
think they might.
supposed to be going to Barcelona in in August, but
But that might still happen. You never know because
yeah, like they
Spain might
haven't.
be alright, so they might let you fly as long as you test negative for coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean,
One of them. Um.
right.
Well, yeah.
I
With
found that
time
thing anyway.
1915. What happened?
No, no,
Can you
sorry,
share
sorry.
what you did?
I was completely wrong. I can like, I mean, I could, but that would just be playing the video. So basically, it was year 536. Sorry, so not 15 anything. It was year five. My memory's terrible. Year 536.
536. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
536.
yeah. 536. So from what I can remember, like if you want to look that up that year, feel free. But from what I can remember, um, the whole year was completely black because a volcano blotted out the sun, basically. And so you could like it was basically just always dark. There was no sunlight. Like most of the crops were dying, which caused people to like starve to death. And there was a plague as well at the same time, which
And
wiped
obviously
out
there
like
was no technology, no brick
yeah,
houses and stuff, so
and it
people
wiped
would.
out the population to like stupid numbers. I think it wiped out like 80% of the population or something. So
So
yeah.
do you think that proves conspiracy theories wrong then? Because them days there was no government planting viruses.
I suppose it depends
I
what it
think
is.
you can prevent virus, probably prevent the spread more now.
I mean, how do you know it wasn't man-made back then? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I doubt it. I doubt it was. It might not be now.
Well, you never
I'm
know.
not getting into that. But here's a question then, because a lot of people. So, do you think people look for negatives in life more than positives? Do you think people, like I always say, people love to moan, especially in England? People love to moan. Why?
I don't know. I'm one of them, and I can't really figure it out myself.
That's
So
what I mean. Why? Why? I
I
used to
don't
be, I
know.
think, and then I noticed it. That's the thing. I noticed it about myself. Oh, I moan a lot. I'm annoying. I need
I
to
think
stop it.
I think I find it hard to ignore reality. Do you know what I mean? Rather than block out bad things, I think I don't know, pay attention to them.
But do you not think it's better to just think, well, you know what, it is what it is.
Yeah,
So I'll
to be
just live
fair,
my life.
yeah, sorry. To be fair, I go through stages like that where do look positively, and then there's times when I look negatively. I don't know. Maybe there's something
What?
wrong with me.
What? Nah,
I don't know.
because most people are like that. I'm the same. But what? It's probably noticing when you're looking at it negatively and thinking why, and then switching it. What what makes you look at things negatively and have them times where you just can't pick yourself up? Goes back to that book I've read, that Chimp Paradox,
Oh
where it's
yeah.
your chimp taking over and the emotions. And if you just think logically and think, well, actually, no, there's a lot of positives in life. Could be in a worse situation. It's easier to then get through it. You have to just like pep talk yourself all the time, not let that chimp take over and anger you by letting you know all the bad things.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And
Yeah.
how you react to situations. So one of the questions I put out there to a few people, I put it on the Instagram, Facebook, like, how do you control your anger and emotions? And you're a good person to ask, because for people who don't know you, you're a bit crazy. Like back in school, we used to have games where we'd wind Rhys up and get him to chase us because he was just that crazy.
They mentally fucked with
Temper,
me.
short fuse, big temper. Like, and because you're kids, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
But as you've
That's one
got
way to look at
older,
it.
to be fair, you don't lose it as much. When you do, you still blow a bit, but you don't lose it as much. So obviously, it's part of maturing and becoming an adult. But what changes? Like, how do you control your anger and emotions?
Uh, I think, like you say, maturing obviously helped, but even with maturing, it just made me smarter. But I still don't think I have proper control over it. Like I'm one of these people that just has, I wouldn't say no control, but I just haven't got that much control, and I obviously can't figure out how to get control of my emotions and my anger. Like,
But you don't lose your temper as much. Like,
nah, I don't. But I do some stupid shit. Like, I've done some stupid stuff while I've been angry. Like, and I do look at it logically after and think, what was I doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them. I'll just lose it, and then before I know it, like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't always get to that point. There's like sometimes I'll just have a little snap or whatever, but like if I proper lose it, yeah, then yeah, I'd say I fully lose control. So I don't really know how to control myself at that point, if that makes sense. I can control myself to a certain extent.
so I've never really been. I've been always been quite the opposite. Not really an angry person. I can get angry, of course, um, and certain people can trigger me, and when I'm triggered, I lose my temper. But in general, it takes a lot. I'm not really angry. I like peace. I like I like to talk things through, and I think that's the key. It's talking and being
Mm,
logical. Because whether you're talking it through with the person you have a dispute with, or whether you're talking it through with yourself, because you're just calm and talking, it makes
mm,
you think logically, and it makes you think, oh, actually, what's the point in reacting with anger? Like, what you have to ask yourself before you react. It's being able to take that split second to ask yourself, what is my reaction gonna achieve, and is this reaction um logical and right, or is it just my emotions taking over?
yeah, like I think that's the thing that I struggle with. Like that moment before where you pep talk yourself. I don't think that exists for me. It's just straight
Yeah,
bang,
and it's
0 to 100.
recognizing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a 0 to 100 like that for me
but you
sometimes.
never know. Now I've just explained it like that. The next time you are about to lose your temper, you might think, hang on,
Yeah, I was thinking about it just actually. To
is
be fair.
this logical? What is this reaction going to benefit the situation in the long run?
Mm,
That's what's changed for me, and it's took learning hard lessons. Um, but now situations, I always just think, hang on a second, right? Is my reaction going to benefit me in the long run, really? Or is it just my emotions taking over for a split second? And it's always after you think, when you do something, you think, why did I do that?
like I said before. Yeah.
That's when you're like, probably shouldn't have done that.
That's right.
Not many people answered that question, to be honest. A lot of people, to be fair to him, got involved in the polls and answered the other question, which I'll come to. But they didn't. Not many answered that, and I think it's because it's one where it's hard to talk about and hard to know because
Yeah. I'm still
because your
figuring it
emotions
out.
take over. But the couple who did, one of them said journaling, like writing down. I'm like what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's making you angry, writing it down and then reading it back sort of calms you down. Because again, it's sort of like you're having a conversation with yourself, isn't it, when you're reading it back?
Yeah,
Um,
I suppose, yeah.
someone else is like you and just said they don't deal with their anger and their emotions.
Nah. I just hit things,
Um,
man. That's why I got that fucking punch bag thing behind me.
one of our friends, John, good lad, John is, to be fair, not an angry guy. He says he just swears and moves on. And that's what some people do,
Yeah, he
and like
does, to be fair.
that's what I tend to. You just let out that little bit of anger, but it's enough to then just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? It's
Mm,
not really hurting anyone. It's just a little swear word. Most of the time, it's probably under his breath. No one can eat. Do you know? Cool.
yeah.
Um, and then what I've said myself, and I've always said, just look at the positives. Even in situations that make you angry, try and find positives in that situation. Think, well, okay, maybe this is happening for a reason to teach me, learn from it. And then if you're learning, you can't be angry over a lesson learned. Any lesson learned's a good lesson, really. And yeah, to try and find positives from them situations, because unless
Yeah.
it's not, nothing's the end of the world, really. It's where you got to think it's not the end of the world. Tends to not be the end of the world. The reasons why you're angry. So if you can just
Yeah, exactly. I do
have
look at
that
it
peace
like
of
that
mind.
afterwards.
And that probably brings me to the next question. Actually, I can start off because the other question I asked was, what are the positives? You know, like I said, it's been such a negative time with the coronavirus and the pandemic, everything else going on in the world. What are the positives that have come from this? And so I think the first one I'm going to say is that, to be
What's
fair,
that? What's that?
that
Sorry.
oh, I've lost my chain of thought now. Just that you sort of people have become more self-aware. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
And people are sort of thinking of like appreciating the little things more because they're thinking, well, you know what, there's a global pandemic, but at least I've got my family and I've got my friends and I've got a home and it's got my health. You know, health is wealth.
Yeah.
It has maybe made people look at more the little positives and appreciate them more, and like brought more unity. Someone said it's brought more unity. Like the whole world's going through the same thing. It's rare.
Yeah. The planet Earth gets a break as well from us.
Yeah, and that was the same person who said about the unity. Said that there's less pollution.
Mm.
You know, mountains in China are clear again. Someone else said it's connecting with family and new people virtually. One of the main things that came from that question about what the positives are, it's brought a lot of families close together. Even my own family, we do quizzes now every Tuesday. It's great,
Yeah.
but and hopefully it'll continue. It won't end because of the corona. You know, hopefully it continues and it's not just because of that. So it has brought families together. So now I said it's give people time to learn new skills, and to get things done. You know, fitness. A lot of people have turned to fitness, myself included.
I'm the
Home
opposite.
decorating, renovating, baking, cooking. You know, lot of people have been able to work from home, so it's been easier because they just get out of bed, go down. Yourself, you've been working from home, saves you petrol.
Yeah.
It saves you a bit of time. The traveling, you're just more comfortable because you're working from home. Um, what else have they said? Again, family time with family, exercise, going on walks, bikes. Dogs have loved it. My dog's loved it.
Yeah.
She's been getting 3 walks a day. That's a habit now.
Yeah.
It's great for them.
My dogs have loved it as well.
And then
Yeah,
someone
it's
else
been.
actually said appreciating things, which is what I'd started with. You have learned to appreciate smaller things more. So things like this, us two friends having conversation, even though we're doing it for the podcast, it's great. You know, it's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
You appreciate it more. Maybe things that you take for granted you don't now. And then a funny one someone said was it's made people start asking questions of China, but I'm not going to get into that now because he is actually going to come on and do a podcast talking about it. but yeah, if that's a positive, that's a positive. We'll see. Um, what do you think? What positives do you think? Because like it's made you down. From the sounds of it,
Yeah, it's
you're
made me.
down. It's
It's
made
made
you
me
down
down.
because it's made you think of the situation more.
But
But what positives
nah,
when?
to be honest, it's not all of this situation that's made me down. I've just had more time to figure out more stuff about life, and yeah, had more time to, I don't know, think about stuff, and
Yeah.
it's had a negative effect basically on
Yeah,
me.
so if I put you on the spot now and say what positives do you think have come from it, what can you think of?
Um,
I just told you a
oh,
couple.
obviously,
Petrol.
well, yeah, obviously, like, yeah, that kind of stuff. But mainly for me, it's like family and
Mm,
friends. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
That mainly family and friends.
because people appreciate them more because they've missed them. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
and it's kind of like a bit of freedom. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
talk too
Well,
much about that, but
my auntie, she does a podcast. She's like a life coach. She put a statistic out. 13% of people want to go back to their old routine.
13, yeah.
13%.
Hold on.
So
So anyone?
87% of people don't want to go back to working in an office and that old routine. They want to just carry on working from home, having that freedom. And so she talks about more people want to find ways to earn money like freely. So more people are going to want to like start their own businesses or try and make it on social media. You know, because this has given that experience of, and the main thing is it's because most people have been furloughed, so have been paid to be off. I thought this is nice. We're getting paid to be off work and be able to do other things. But then people like ourselves, like we've started the podcast because of it. There's a lot of people it's made them want to pursue something and it's because they want to just do something they enjoy doing. They've realised, actually, like yourself, I'm sick of this system. I'm sick of going to an office and working 9 to 5, and wasting however 40 hours a week of my life.
Yeah,
but like,
to be honest, I've been thinking that my whole life, innit? But this has just heightened it because it's just like.
But instead of making you down, that's what I'm saying. But for you, it's making you down. But there's a lot of people actually it's motivating. It's like, no, you know what? This made me realise I want to do something I enjoy, because when it comes to it and we get locked down or there's a virus, it could either all be over or our companies don't care about us. So at least if I'm my own boss doing my own thing, I can make sure if this happens again, I'm looked after. I'm responsible for myself. It's made people want to be a lot more independent. But yeah, it's been motivating. I
definitely agree with that.
It shouldn't get you down. It should make you think, you know what? Life can suddenly be locked down. It's not about it used to be life can suddenly be over and taken away. You could die any second, so do what you want to do. Now it's actually, you know what? The government could just lock us down like that. So we need to make the most of.
I think that's what gets me down is the fact that we are basically just little puppets or slaves or whatever you want to call us. Basically, we basically do what we need to do in their little system, so that the cogs keep turning. Just because somebody created some system that apparently, like, did you agree to this system when you were born? I didn't.
No, of course.
I mean,
not.
I didn't have the intelligence. Yeah, I didn't have the
intelligence,
but you know.
But that's why, instead of getting down, just use it to motivate you to.
Yeah, it does sometimes.
Not out of the system, but sort of with your own freedom to do what you enjoy doing. What you enjoy doing, turn that into your career. Essentially, it's made a lot of people realise they need to do that and not waste their lives. It's good. There's a lot of positives to come from this. Like, you can either dwell on it and be down, and because it's a hard time. There's a lot of people, if you're not sort of got the right network around you or in constant contact with family and friends, it can take over you. Like, you feel a bit down, but then you say it's only sometimes, and really, you know, it's all right. You got good friends, good family.
Yeah, like,
okay. There's a lot of people who haven't, and this time it's crumbled them. But
I'm not by any means moaning about my life in particular, because like I've got it quite good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got good friends, I've got good family. Like, I'm in a decent job. You know what I mean? Like, my life's fine, really. I mean, it's not that bad at all. But like, if you just look at the system and the way it is, and some of the people, like, what some people have.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, instead of dwelling, you can't do nothing about that. Really.
Yeah,
so
of course not.
Don't let it take you over.
Yeah,
think, oh, I'll just do what I do. But
no, it's just
there's a lot of people this time. It's ruined them. Like you're not one of them. Like you just said, really.
Nah.
There's like, really, I'm
okay.
Ruined them. But there's a lot of people as well. It's been very positive because it's made them find themselves. It's made them sort of. It's been a recharge. It's been a break and a relax to find themselves and find their true calling. Ours could be a podcast. Who knows? Who knows? Because we enjoy it, carry on. But it's made people just sort of think, I'm going to do what I enjoy doing because it's my life. And then I think that's what's making people suddenly be more positive, because they think, and you know what? Everyone else should just live their life. So let's all be positive to each other and just live our own lives harmoniously. That's how it should be. Everyone should be happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see.
there's times where it's hard. We've had
Mm.
them, but in general, you need to just appreciate what you've had, what you have, and who you surround yourself with. Which takes me into the next thing and another question. I done a couple of polls, and one was, do you think who you surround yourself with defines you as a person? And in the poll, 31% said yes, 69% said no. So, what do you think? Do you think who you surround yourself with defines you as a person?
Mm, not 100%, no. Like, it can definitely have an effect on it, but I don't think like 100% it defines you as a person, no.
So, what I changed my mind after, so I answered the poll myself and put yes, and then I thought about it properly. I thought I don't think it does, and I thought of sort of people we hang around with or people we know, and then I think of people that they hang around with. I think, well, they're not all the same and doing the
No.
same, and there's motivated. It's like we know people who who aren't as motivated as us to do things, and sometimes it's maybe because they don't want, just because they don't want to. It's not about motivation; they just don't want to. But sometimes it's down to laziness. Then we know people that probably we look at them and think, "Wow, you do a lot more than us." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we know all these people and mingle with them. So I don't think it does. I don't think it should define you anyway,
To be honest,
because
I don't even know what defines laziness, because people might say that someone's lazy because they don't want to do something, but they don't want to do it because they don't want to do it. It's as simple as that. They're not being lazy. They just don't want
nah,
to do it.
exactly. Yeah, that's why I rephrase. But I just think I think who you surround yourself with certainly does have an impact, and it can maybe help you with opportunities. But then it's about how you take them opportunities anyway. You're still sort of in control of yourself. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
you're still sort of gonna put, you have your own work rate and effort and
I think
determination.
who you surround yourself ends up influencing who you can be, because like if you, for example, if you've got people that are trying to motivate you, then obviously you're going to push yourself harder, aren't you? Because the people around you are motivating you to do that. But if you got
Mm.
people who are around you who are all negative and bring you down, like if you, I don't know, say for example, if we got this podcast idea, if our friends were like, oh no, I don't think that's a good idea, like, we might not have even done it. Do you know what I mean? But like we
Mm.
had multiple
But
people around us saying,
but then
yeah,
that's
it's a
when
good
it
idea,
comes.
do it.
Yeah, and that is right. So that's why I think it influences you. But then I think that's where it still comes down to yourself and what, because you define yourself. So you could have all them people saying to you, "No, I don't think it will work," but then you could say, "Well, you know what? I don't care what you think. I'm going to do it
Yeah,
anyway." So
yeah,
then that leads me into the next question I asked, and whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. Because the optimist would look at it and think, "You know what? I don't care what you're saying. If you think it's not going to work, I'm going to do it anyway. I think it will." Whereas the pessimist will think, yeah, you're probably right. It's not going to work, so I won't even try it. And I asked, and 73% of people said they were optimists, and 27% said they were pessimists. I think I'm an optimist. I try to look at things positively and try and think that things will go well. Doesn't always happen, but I used to always tell myself it's best to be pessimistic and expect the worst, because then at least if it happens, you're prepared for it. But then I was in The Secret. I got shown The Secret by an old work manager, and it was about how you manifest what goes on in your life. And I
mm,
thought, you know what? Yeah, pessimists probably do. And again, it going back to looking for the things to moan about, looking for the negatives. They're pessimists, and because they're looking for it and because they think it tends to happen. So it's best to look at things optimistically and best to be an optimist, because even if sometimes it doesn't go your way, you're more likely to try it anyway, and then something will.
yeah. I know what you mean.
What would you say you are?
I really don't know, to be honest, man. Because like there is definitely times when I feel like an optimist, but then there's definitely times when I feel like a pessimist, bro. To be honest, both. Like I'm just weird. Clearly, clearly,
No,
because
because everyone's like that. Everyone caught and but then would you say there's a difference between being a pessimist but just occasionally having self doubts?
yeah, I suppose I'm optimistic, but then I take into account reality.
Yeah, and
So
but
to a
then is
certain
that self
extent,
doubt?
so to a certain
Mm,
extent, no, because I just look at stuff in a logical way. So I don't
yeah,
know. It's a hard one for that one for me. I think
yeah.
I don't think you can be one or the other, in my opinion. Or maybe you
Nah,
can, but I
I
don't
don't
think
think you can
everyone
be
is.
fully one or the other, but you can sort of like be further one side. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
say you're a 75% optimist,
yeah, something like
25%.
that.
That's all right. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That means in out of four things you're gonna try, you're gonna think three of them will do well. And then if you
yeah.
think three of them will do well, it means you're going to try all three, which means the chances of one of them actually working is going to happen. So it's best to look at things optimistically
Mm.
while also having, your logical head on and
What
preparing for things that can go wrong.
What do
But
you
don't
think
think
I
they
am?
will. Don't know.
But you've known me long enough to like to make a judgment. You've known me like
It
since I was
depends.
4 years
To be
old.
fair, you are weird because it depends. Because there's some things that you will be really optimistic about and think like this podcast. You were so on board from the first second I suggested it, and you you're optimistic about it. You think, yeah, this is a good thing. We could do well. Can see that with the effort and determination and work you're putting in.
Mm.
But then there are other things that you do think, oh, what's the point on that? It's not going
Yeah,
to work.
yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's weird.
Like,
Like, I don't know.
something you won't even try. Like, I don't know. I
Something
don't
going
know.
on up here. Like,
I
something
think you're
going
an
on.
optimist. I think you're an optimist, but you just doubt yourself.
Mm,
That's what I think.
maybe. I'm still figuring myself out. To be
I
fair,
think you're an
so I don't
optimist,
know.
but you doubt yourself. You're not like. Let's be honest. You're not the most confident person. Like, I'm so happy you're actually doing these podcasts. To be
Yeah.
fair, I wouldn't have maybe.
Oh,
I don't think I would have imagined you doing this.
I don't care about talking in front of the camera. I
I
used to
know,
stream.
nah, I know.
Live stream games, so I don't care. Like, to be
But that's
honest.
gaming. Like, you're coming out your comfort zone, talking about different things. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? And when we have
Yeah,
guests on, you're gonna be meeting people that you're not like. I'm a
that's
people
enjoyable
person. I'll
though.
meet and chat to anyone. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you've never really been like that. You're quite reserved and quiet. And you're once you do start chatting to someone and you felt them out a bit, like you need 10 minutes to figure someone out. Whereas I'll figure them out as I'm going along. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think the only reason why I do that stems back to my temper. This is part of me for figuring out who I am, and I
Exactly.
think
No,
that
exactly.
stems
It's
back to
self
my
doubt.
temper. Yeah. So no. So I think, well, is this person gonna piss me off? And am I sorry, but this is the way my brain works. Is this person gonna piss me off? And am I gonna start acting like a dickhead because they've pissed me off?
Do you know what I mean? But you're still there. That's what you're saying. Am I going to start acting like a dickhead, doubting yourself, doubting
Yeah.
how you're
Yeah.
going to act?
Well. Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah. 100%.
optimistic.
Actually. Yeah.
I think you're an optimistic person. You just have self doubts, and because you're just a bit shy and reserved. Whereas I think I'm optimistic, and because I'm sort of, it's not like I have self doubts, but I sort of will chat to anyone and quite confident in terms of how I am with other people.
Yeah.
I'll
You're like
figure
that.
them out as I'm going along, and like I'm not shy to give my opinion and stuff. It the optimism. I'll seem more optimistic than you, even though we're the same. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. 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 No. 100%. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Don't. But then would you say we're surrounded by optimists?
Yeah. 100%. My mom and dad are probably the biggest optimists there are. To be
My
fair.
dad's a big optimist. My dad's a big optimist, and to be fair, my mom and my nan, they won't mind me saying, they're pessimistic and they're quite not negative, but there'll always be that. But what if this? But what if that? Do you know what I mean? So well, if it happens, it happens. So I don't know. I'd say we're surrounded by optimists. I'd say it's now more so. I'd say now more so that you sort of as you get older, you choose who to associate with, and you choose who you surround yourself with more. And we've chosen
Yeah.
to surround ourselves with optimistic, positive people, which is good. Like we don't I don't see much negativity. Don't get dragged into much drama. Have in the past, not our
Yeah,
fault.
you only
We'll,
don't hear
we'll
the
talk
neg.
about relationships on another podcast.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
Nah,
Yeah.
we're joking.
Um. Yeah, yeah.
But
You don't see that. You don't hear the negativity, bro. Because when I'm in that negative mood, I lock myself away, so that nobody has to deal with that shit.
which is good because you're sort of not dragging anyone else into it, but it's bad at the same time because you need the people to drag you out of it.
Mm, I don't know. I
Like I
feel.
always say to Barry's one, I always say to Barry, when you're feeling down, why don't you ring me, man? Why don't you message me? He's like, oh, I don't know, just don't wanna chat. And it's like, yeah, but and again, it goes back to the wanting to moan and wanting to moan. It's not just Barry. Like most people, when you're down, you want to. It's like you want to stay down because you shut yourself away, so you don't chat
Yeah.
to no one. But these people aren't gonna just be down with you. They're just gonna try and pick you up.
Yeah, I know, but
But then it's like you want to stay down. Like, do you want to stay down? What
nah,
do you want
nah,
to stay down
definitely not.
for? There you go. So when you're feeling down, give me a call. like
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
nah, I'm just one of them people. I don't like asking for help. You know what I mean? I'm just like I'd rather deal with that shit on my own.
But you shouldn't, because that's where people's pride comes in. You shouldn't deal with things on your own. The hardest times I've had in my life, the thing that's got me through it is talking to other people and having my friends and family around me.
Yeah, definitely the same for me.
And that's the main thing. Like this lockdown, like I was saying, it sent a lot of people crazy because they've just got no contact with anyone. As long as you have good people around you and you're healthy, this lockdown is like a recharge. And that's where you can use, as long as you got good people around you, it would have been a good thing because you can use it for self development and reassessing your life with your friends and with your family.
Yeah, I don't think I've done much reassessing of my life. Just generally everything, not just my life, just everything.
Yeah, but
That's what all I've done.
that's still reassessing your life as well. Without realizing you want to make
Oh yeah, I
change, you want to make
suppose.
because you're so sick of the system, you're so sick of sort of what it's like that you want to make change. You know you can't change the system, so what can you change? Your own life. How? And then you start thinking of how, and then different things spiral, and you never know. You're a computer genius. You could think you could think I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this system. I'm gonna think of a computer business, something to do with computers I can do myself. You just you just never know, like you just never
Mm.
know. You've got to use it to push you and motivate you. And surround yourself with people that are gonna push you and motivate you. So luckily for you, mate, you got me as a friend.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's
I'll
right.
do that.
It's right, isn't it?
People just need to be positive. You need to bring your people up around you. You need to like check on your friends. Like you're saying you've been down. I've not had a clue because you've not spoke. People need to check on their friends, check on how they are, check everything's good, be supporting. Don't be scared to talk about your feelings,
Mm.
you know, and
I don't
try
think
and
it's.
spread positivity.
Yeah, I think some people might not be scared to talk about their feelings. They might just not want to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they feel like a burden. Don't want to burden other people with their problems.
Yeah.
But if the people around you make you feel like you're a burden or sort of don't help you when you do go to them, then go and surround yourself with different people because they're not meant for you
Yeah.
anyway. Your people should want to help you. That's the
Yeah.
thing. That
No,
is the
that's
thing.
right.
And our generation, like I started, our generation seems good for it. There's a lot of people who seem to want to make a change and want to just spread positivity and be nice to everyone. It's like Telford. I thought it was going downhill in terms of there was going to become a divide and more gangs, more stabbings.
Yeah,
Um,
same to be honest.
but to be honest, and this was about 10 years ago when we were about 15, 16. But then to be honest, the way it's gone, it's not. People are sort of just more motivated to do well and better their own lives and, be successful themselves. And they're not, most of the smart people are not interested in things like that, which is good because it will make the town do better. Because the more people in Telford are successful and do well, the more the economy will get boosted and, you know, people will know about the place.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
even if that doesn't happen, just the more everyone's spreading their positivity and being nice, it just be a nice place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like Facebook,
that's right.
Facebook. So many people just argue and want to cause drama on there. And it's like, why? Why wouldn't everyone just want to be friends?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't get
it
why
should be
everyone.
should be a community.
A lot of people ask what they want, like if you get like wishes or whatever, and a lot of people say like world peace. Start acting like it, man.
Yeah, exactly,
Start
exactly.
acting like it, because you're clearly not.
People just want to find negatives and look for drama.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been giving loads of people grief about the football bantering, but it's jokes. Like all these people, I enjoy it. Like, and most people with sense, they enjoy it, even though we give back and forth. So I've got friends who are Man United fans. We give each other back and forth. And yeah, we pretend we hate each other, but we enjoy it. Like you feed off it. You know, if Man United didn't exist, I wouldn't have so much fun having the
Yeah.
banter with these people and Arsenal banter club. Do you know what? But things like that, it's not for hate. You get people who take it too far, want to get violent, but the smart people, it's enjoyable. Like, and that's because people like conflict and like having them little arguments and getting one over. Do it in a way that's still sort of fun and enjoyable and harmless. That's why I like sports fans, not just football, sports fans, best people,
Mm.
because the ones that are sort of, because you have your racist ones and they get stereotyped and your hooligans, but they're not the they're like a small percentage. Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
media portray it as the majority, but really it's the minority. Sports fans are the most cultural, um, happy, fun people. They all mingle because you got to think most of these sports teams have players from all over the world playing
Yeah.
for them, representing them. So they're not racist really because they're being racist against people they worship. So like if a Liverpool fan was racist, it's annoying because they are Liverpool fans club, but they're just idiots. Like because it's like you've got Mane running down the wing who's black, and you're racist. But then when Mane scores a goal, you bet you still celebrate the same. The majority of football fans who like aren't great people. You know, great people. But some of the best people I've met in life is through because they're just happy and just so welcoming and just want to have a laugh. And you have that little rivalry. It's friendly, like so. It's you sort of that thing that humans have to compete and conquer. You sort of stimulate that in a way that's not like
Yeah.
not it's not war, so it's not like killing anyone and
In a peaceful
taking
way,
over
peaceful
country.
bantery
Yeah,
way.
so that's why sport exists.
Mm.
There should just be world
Yeah.
peace. People just look for negatives and look for drama. They want to argue about things that don't need to argue about and take it too far and too serious. It's annoying.
I
It's
was
really
just,
annoying.
I was just thinking about what you were saying about football. Then I was relating it to gaming as I always do. And
This is
fucking
yeah, it's the same.
yeah, like it's like me and Steve. Yeah, me and Steve would have a game like, and whenever one of us do something really bad, like that you just don't want anyone to see, and say like you're spectating them, or you see them do it, they see their character do it, like yeah, I saw that, mate. Like
You're
what? Is
mad
it?
and gutted, but then really you find it funny. So then
Yeah,
you're half glad they've seen it. Do you know what
yeah.
I
He
mean?
just
Because you've had
starts
that
ripping me
moment
for
of
it and stuff
laughter.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny, man.
it's like all these Man United fans who are mad Liverpool have won the league. They're enjoying this banter, though. Really,
Yeah,
it wouldn't happen if we never won it. And when they think about it, it's not really affected their lives.
yeah. Mm,
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
maybe we should end on that. Maybe it's a shorter podcast. Up the
Yeah,
mighty red.
well, now I wanted to go back to something that you was talking about with the negatives as well, like, because I have sounded like, sorry for anyone that's listening, like, I have sounded a bit depressed in this podcast because, yeah, just been going through it. But basically, obviously, even though, if you are feeling negative, just learn something from the negatives if you can, basically. So if you're feeling loads of negatives, what can you learn from these negatives, basically? If you had a shit
How,
situation happen to you, I don't know, you broke up with someone, like in a relationship, whatever. Like, what did you learn? What did you learn about yourself? What did you
yeah.
learn that you could have done better? just all kinds of things. You can learn so much from negatives. I feel like you can learn more from negatives than you can from positives anyway.
You can,
So
and that's what I said earlier. And that's how you turn negatives into positives, because no lesson learned is a bad lesson,
yeah,
because you've learned.
definitely.
And at the
To be
time,
honest, in fact, some of the lower times in my life, I have definitely come out the other end feeling better.
same. I've learned the best lessons through the
Yeah,
hardest times. Learned the best lessons. It's made me a better person. Definitely made me a better person. Um, it's sort of made me want to spread positivity and want to be positive. Um, most of the Some of the most positive people on the planet have been through the hardest times. Not saying we have been through the hardest time. Everyone's gone through something. Everyone's going through something. So as long as you've got, you help them people, you can. Life always goes on. Life always goes on,
yeah,
and that's the best way to look at it, to keep yourself positive, because you think, you know what, life goes on.
yeah.
What's that bad that it's gonna make me dwell and be depressed? It's all in the mind. You don't need antidepressants.
No, you don't need
You just
antidepressants.
need to. You just need to think positive.
You need to unravel the little maze in here.
Mm.
That's what you need to do.
And talk to people. Talk, 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 talk.
Yeah.
Don't keep it all bottled up.
Maybe we should do one on mental health. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, it would. It would. We will.
Yeah.
I was in a. There's So while it was lockdown, this was another benefit of lockdown. There was a Zoom meeting I was getting in every Thursday. It was just a group of men talking about different subjects. And to be honest, it was one of the things that pushed me to want to do this podcast, because I wanted to do the podcast anyway. And yeah, it just helped push along with the idea. I liked how they'd done their thing. In fact, the host of it, I'd like to get on a podcast to talk. He's on about writing a book, actually, and it's actually his sister who does the live coaching and done the live video we were watching earlier. Was what?
Oh, you, you
Essentially,
you caught up a bit there, bro.
it's his sister who's the life coach, and that
Right.
does the YouTube videos and the renovating. Then it's her daughter, who's my cousin, who does the YouTube videos. All these people will get on the podcast to talk about what they do. Great people, not just because they're my family, but because of what they do. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll spread positive messages, like they should. But this one of them on a Thursday, we spoke about mental health. It's a good subject, to be honest. It's a good subject. It can get very, what's the word? Very personal when you're talking about your own mental health, depending on how honest you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it's a very good subject. There's been times I've struggled with my mental health in the past, but then it's because of them times where now I try to look at everything so positive, so my mental health's okay, because your mental health's the most important thing. And because I do, my mental health's okay. Because I look at things positive, my life's better, and my mental health's great, which then makes my life even better. And it's sort of like a vicious circle. Do you know what I mean? Literally, right? This year, there's been a global pandemic, and like work's messed up at times and stuff. And but had a breakup, had time where I weren't seeing my child. I feel at my peak. I feel like I've peaked
Yeah,
because
fair play.
because and it's because of how I've, instead of dwelling on all these things, I've just looked at them positive. Well, I'm just going to use all these things to make myself a better person, and just try and bring joy to people around me through positivity. And that's come from other people doing it and being positive, and just not dwelling on the negatives. And then Liverpool won the league to top it off. It's like I'd done that to myself, so that when Liverpool won the league, I was already in a good mental state to enjoy it even more. Because if I was sad, it would have made me happy. But because I'm happy, it's made me buzzing.
This is all. Do you know what? Yeah, this is all you're gonna hear for the next 6,
do
7,
you know
maybe
what?
8, maybe 9, 10 podcasts. God knows.
I thought you were going to say maybe 8, 9, 10 months, because that's how long we're going to
Oh
be
yeah.
champions
Well,
for.
actually, yeah. Sorry.
To be honest, so
Oh
I'll be
god.
dropping them in every now and then. But it's been great. I
Yeah.
think we should call it a wrap. Or thank you for anybody who listening, watching. We are going to start getting the audio files on as well. Should we say we're going to get it on Spotify and Apple, the Apple one? I think we are,
I
aren't
think
we?
we're gonna
That's in
work
the
on it. Yeah,
process.
yeah. We're working on it.
So for people who can't watch the YouTube videos because YouTube can be annoying, and you want to listen to it in the car, driving along, like I do, listen to a podcast in bed before you want to go sleep, there will be just the audio versions available.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the next few days, I'm guessing, from by the time this podcast is out and we get it sorted. Please like, comment, subscribe, share.
As always.
Yeah, just everyone be happy.
Yeah, man.
Everyone be happy. Be safe.
Peace.
Good. Peace.